Don't use it. All right. Thanks, Connor. Welcome to Sunday Night Hockey with the Perth Lanark Blue Wings. We're coming off another win, currently in first place in the division with 32 points. And we're up against the Ottawa West Golden Knights, who are currently in 17th with 19 points. They beat Castor River yesterday 3-2. So we'll see how tonight's game goes. Just to note that our next game, which is on Tuesday versus West Carleton in Kinburn, will be available via Live Barn. Usually we don't have very good reception out there, so it's likely that we're not going to be able to live stream the game. It will be posted after the game though, so that's the Tuesday game against West Carleton. Looks like our starting lineup for tonight is Oliver and Logan on defense, with Joe, Wyatt, and Owen Hull as forwards. Joe gives it back to Oliver. Oliver passes it up through the center. It gets shot back down into our end, and that is an icing to start the game. So Perth wins that face-off right to Owen Hull. Owen takes a shot. It's deflected up over the goal. We're fighting a bit behind the net to get this puck, and I think it got caught in the netting. And we're facing off again in the Golden Knights' end. Puck goes down into the corner. Wyatt's trying to get to it, then Owen takes a shot. Joe goes in for the rebound. Wyatt gets it back. Sorry, that was Joe. And Joe's going around behind the net, is being fought off by a Golden Knight player. Wyatt goes in to help. The Golden Knights come away with it. They're coming down. We're able to get it away. And Lyle dropped it back to Joe. Joe was able to hit it in as he goes off for a change. We now have Brett and Owen McGregor in on defense. Lyle, Jack, and Ryan as forwards. So the puck got dumped in. Ryan goes to get it, drops it back to Brett Christie. Brett tries to hit it in, but it was stopped and taken on by a Golden Knight player. Goes back down to our end. Brett brings it around the corner, drops it back to Ryan Murphy, just out of his grasp. Brett hits it back to Ryan again, then goes back to Brett. As he's knocked off the puck, Ryan gets it around to the other side of the net to Owen. Owen's looking for somebody to pass to, goes around one defender, passes it out into the neutral zone so they can go off for a change. And we got Bishop in. Oh! Golden Knights took a shot right off the post. And now Noah McIver's on in defense. We got Chase Matthews, Mason, and Michael as forwards. So Mason brings it in, goes in, takes a shot, saved by the goalie. So they just called off that because our goalie wasn't in his net. All right, so Perth wins the face-off. Then the Golden Knights get the puck back. And Noah and Michael were tying up the players. So the puck goes back down to the Golden Knights' end. Mason's given chase. Owen Hull's back on. He's giving that player a bit of a run, and it's going to be icing. So go back down to the Golden Knights' end. So we're back to the first line. Joe, Wyatt, and Owen with Oliver and Logan on defense. So Wyatt's going down to get it in the corner. Gets shot out. Joe's got it against the boards. He's trying to move it up to Wyatt. They're fighting still along the boards, still in the neutral zone. Golden Knights come away with it and pass it back into their end. It goes back, and Logan has it in the corner. Passes up, kind of in the center, but now Joe's got it over to the side. Gets it up to Owen Hull. Owen gets it up into the Golden Knights' end. And it's back out into the neutral zone as Lyle comes on. And then the Golden Knights go off for a change. Logan tried to get it up to Owen, and the Golden Knights player comes in and takes that. We're fighting for the puck down the corner on our end. That shot wide of the net. Joe goes up, is able to get the puck back down into the other zone while we go off for a change. So Brett comes on, grabs the puck, shoots it across to Owen. Owen gets it around a player, back to Brett. Brett up to Ryan. Ryan across to Mason, but it's broken up in the middle. So back over to Owen. Owen gets it out of the zone. Back down into the Golden Knights' end. Brian's given chase. And back down into the Perth end. Brett gets it, crosses it over to Owen. Owen around the back of the net, back to Brett. Brett across the ice, trying to get it to Jack. Gets out of the zone. So we got a bit of time as the Golden Knights get back on side. Brett's bringing it up, crosses it, gets it over the blue line. Back to Brett. Brett over to Owen. Owen goes around the back of the net, over to Ryan Murphy. And it's now back into the neutral zone where Jack and Lyle are giving chase. The Golden Knights shoot it back into our end. Goes around, Owen McGregor gets it. He's going to try to get it up to Michael Vanderbilt. So Brett gets it back around to Owen again. Then Mason picks it up, goes around the back of our net. Loses it around the ref and then gets knocked down by Felix McKeague on the other team. All right, Mason comes away with it, up to Michael. Michael's bringing it into the zone, tries to take a shot, it gets blocked, and then taken by the Golden Knight player. Chase goes up, knocks the player around a bit to try to get the puck. It gets cleared almost in front of the other goalie. And then the Golden Knights take it. Oh, the Golden Knight player whiffed on that puck a bit. And then Bishop pushes it back down to Chase. Chase hits it down into the corner as he goes off for a change. So Mason's still giving chase to the puck. So we got Bishop and Noah on defense here. And Mason over to Owen, and that is a goal. That was Owen Hull with a goal, assisted by Mason and Joe. So we go for a defensive change, and we're back to the first line. Joe, Wyatt, and Owen, with Logan and Oliver on defense. And Owen hits it down into the Golden Knight zone. He's looking for somebody to pass to in the center. Gets it right to Wyatt, who is down in the corner now. Joe comes away with it. Again, looking for somebody, drops it back to Wyatt behind the net. Joe comes away with the puck again. Tries to cross it in front of the net. Just goes a bit wide. Oliver drops it back down behind the net. Goes over to Logan. It's blocked by one of the other players, and then the Golden Knights will ice the puck. So we'll go back down into the Golden Knight end for a face-off. So we have Lyle, Ryan, and Jack as forwards, and Brett and Owen on defense. And Perth wins that, and Owen takes a shot, saved by the goalie. That was a high puck knocked down by Owen McGregor. Owen gets it across to Lyle. Lyle brings it in, takes a shot, it's deflected off a skate of a Golden Knight player. Oh, we go for the puck. And Jack gets it down into the corner. Lyle's going off on a change. We're not able to keep it in the zone. It's passed over to Mason. Mason gets tripped, and there's a penalty coming to the Golden Knights. So on the ice right now, we have Chase, Michael, and Mason, with Bishop and Noah on defense. I think that was won by Perth. Chase is going after the puck behind the net. Goes over to the side. Michael's working around one of the players. Is able to cross it over to Mason, who takes a shot. It's deflected by the goalie. Chase goes back and gets it to Mason. Mason's fighting around here behind. Drops it back to Logan. Logan takes a shot. It's blocked by a forward, and what looked like an icing was coming, but it got waved off, so we're back down in the Perth end. Fighting for the puck in the corner is our two defenders. And then Joe gets in on the action there. Joe comes away with the puck, gets it up to Wyatt, and bringing it up into the Golden Knights' end. Wyatt gets it across to Noah. Noah takes a big shot. Owen tried to get in there for the rebound. All right, Joe comes away with the puck, centers it to Wyatt, gets over to Owen. He backhands it and just wide of the net. Oh, and the puck comes back into the neutral zone, just gets by Noah. Wyatt's bringing it back in, gets it over to Joe. Joe brings it over. He gets hit along the boards, and the Golden Knights ice it. Since it's a penalty, there is no icing. All right, so Lyle's on now. We have Logan and Oliver on defense. Logan gets it up. Joe's trying his best to get off here. So we have Lyle, Jack, and Ryan on now. Comes back out to the neutral zone. Gets shot back. We're back to full strength here. And everybody's covering the goalie here. But we have saved the puck. It's a good save for Alex with all of that pressure on him. We have Mason, Chase, and Michael on now. Mason's bringing it up, dumps it into the Golden Knights' end. Mason keeps it in the zone, over to Michael. Michael gets it in, right through the 5-hole it looked like. And that is 2-0 for Perth. 3 minutes and 51 seconds left in the first period. Won the face-off, but then the Golden Knights get it back, dump it in, and it's an icing. So we'll go back for a face-off in the Golden Knights' end. We've had a change on defense. Now we got Brett and Owen out there. We win the face-off, goes down to the corner. Michael hits it back down to Mason. Mason out to Owen. Owen takes a shot just wide of the net. Back over to Brett. Brett shoots it back down behind the net. Over to Mason. Mason gets it over to Michael. Michael's got a couple players on him there. Is able to get it back over to Mason. Mason hits it off of the skate of one of the other players back to Owen, and it goes out into the neutral zone where Brett's able to pick up the puck, does a backhand. We're trying to get it out of our zone here. So we got Owen and Joe in there with 3 other players trying to get it out of our zone. Mason comes away with it, crosses it over there to Owen Hull. So Joe and Owen go in as Mason goes off for a change and gets Wyatt in. Joe had a really good chance. It was knocked out by the goalie, and the goalie's able to hang on to that. So Bishop and Noah just come in on defense. Wyatt wins the face-off. Joe has the puck going around behind the net. Back down to Wyatt. Wyatt tries to center it, but it gets knocked away by a Golden Knight player. Wyatt goes around, tries a couple times, gets a couple rebounds, but doesn't quite get there. Noah takes out the player along the boards and is able to get it into the Golden Knights' end. Goes around behind our goalie. Joe gets it back to Bishop. Bishop around to Owen. And then Wyatt's able to, tries to pick it up. It's taken away by a Golden Knight player. Now Joe gets it on the other side, hits it away before he gets hit. Owen's given chase into the other end, comes back to Joe. Joe brings it in the zone as Owen goes off for a change. Now Noah's down there, hits a couple players, is able to get it back, gets it back out to Ryan as Noah goes off for a change. They're fighting along the boards here, and Lyle comes away with the puck, turns, drops it back, but the ref's in the way here. So again, Ryan and Lyle are trying to go there, and it drops back to Logan. Logan takes a shot, but is blocked by a defender. Logan then gets it back up to Jack. Jack tries to get it back down. It's now in the other end. And it comes out back into our end, right to the goalie, and the goalie makes the save. Holds onto the puck, and we'll have a face-off in our end. Face-off won by Perth again. And then Golden Knights come away with it. We had a save by Alex. And then Mason has the puck along the boards. He tries to get it up to Michael, but it's blocked by one of the other players. And that is the end of the first period, so it is 2-0 for Perth. So starting off the second period, we have Mason, Chase, and Michael with Brett and Owen on defense. We win that one again. comes back to Brett. Brett over to Owen. Owen back over to Brett. Brett tries to center it to Mason, gets just past him. So the Golden Knights take possession of the puck. They drop it down into our end. It goes right to Alex, who is able to push it off to the side, and we're able to continue playing. Owen McGregor around the back of the net, goes back to a Golden Knights player. Brett goes and gets the puck away. It's crossed to the center to Michael. Michael's bringing it up. The Golden Knights take the play back. McKee hits it wide. It goes back in the neutral zone. Mason brings it over. It goes right to the goalie, and the goalie saves that. So a face-off in the Golden Knights' end. We now have Wyatt, Joe, and Owen Hull with Bishop and Noah on defense. And Joe's fighting for the puck in the corner. That gets it over to Wyatt. Wyatt's fighting along the boards with a couple players. He's able to get it over to Owen. Owen takes a shot just high of the net. Joe picks it up. And then it's taken away by one of the Golden Knights players, but Joe is able to get it back. Over to Noah. And then Noah took a shot and it was deflected by one of the players, but then Noah was knocked down and kind of held there for a bit. We were able to get the puck back, but then it goes out of bounds into the bench of the Golden Knights. So we're going for a face-off down in the Golden Knights' end. Or sorry, this is our end now. So we're in the Perth end. So Logan goes to get that puck out of the corner. Now Lyle has it, tries to pass it over to Ryan, but just out of his reach. Then Oliver passes it back around to Logan. Logan's looking for who to pass it to. He gets it up to Jack, he gets it over to Lyle, and back to Logan. Logan over to Oliver, Oliver up to Ryan. Now the Golden Knights cross it between their defense. Logan gets it back and Jack dumps it in as Lyle and Jack go off to change. Now Mason's got the puck as Ryan goes off to change. So now we got Mason. Michael's right up in front of the net trying to get set up. Now Michael's got the puck behind the net. Tries to get it around. He's got two defenders on him. And then it gets shot down into our end, and that's going to be icing again. Owen and Brett are back on, and the forward line is Owen, Wyatt, and Joe. The puck goes behind the net, around to Owen McGregor. Owen tries to get it down to Wyatt, but it's taken away by one of the Golden Knights players as it comes into the neutral zone. Then gets pushed down into the corner as Brett gives chase. Wyatt goes in to help him, and it gets right out front. And that is a Golden Knight goal. So that is 2-1 for Perth with 11 minutes and 24 seconds left in the period. line change with Lyle, Jack, and Ryan, with Noah and Bishop on defense as the Golden Knights bring it down into the Perth end. Lyle comes away with the puck up to Jack. They're fighting along the boards and it gets back down. Noah stops the Golden Knight player as Bishop goes and picks up the puck. Bishop back to Noah. Noah takes it up, loses a skate, and that is a glove save by Alex. We have another line change with Mason, Chase, and Michael. We have Oliver and Logan. That's another save by Alex. Logan gets it around, tries to get it up to Michael, but is taken by a Golden Knight player. Now Michael comes away with it, crosses it over to try to get it to Mason, gets a little bit out of his reach. Logan dumps it in as we go back onside. Chase gets in there. As it comes back into the Perth zone, and Oliver takes that away from them. Gets up to Chase, Chase over to Michael. Michael takes a shot into the back of the net. That is 3-1 for Perth. 10 minutes and 14 seconds left in the second period. Owen, Wyatt, and Joe are on, with Owen and Brett on defense. The Golden Knights come away with the puck. And then they take a shot, saved by Alex. We'll go for the face-off on our end. Joe's bringing the puck up. Oh, tries to backhand it. Just can't get a stick on it. Owen goes in to help him. Gets it over to Wyatt. Wyatt tries to go right around the net. Gets his own rebound, but can't quite get the shot off. Wyatt comes back around. Owen's able to get over there for the rebound, but can't quite make it. Owen McGregor gets it back down to Wyatt. Wyatt across to Owen Hall. He's not able to get it right off the bat. Then dumps it back down to the end, trying to get it to Wyatt. And then the Golden Knights shoot it all the way back down to our end. It's not going to be icing because Owen McGregor is able to get there. He comes around, gets hit from behind there, and then Brett comes away with it. He's able to, Owen Hull's able to stay on side, goes down in the corner to try to get the puck. Now Ryan's giving chase around the other side. Lyle comes in to help him out. And Ryan comes away with the puck here. Gets it back down to Lyle. Lyle comes around the corner, tries to pass it down to Noah, but it's deflected off his stick and goes back down into the Perth end. Noah tries to pass it around, but he's being held up by the Golden Knights player. Golden Knights end up coming away with it. Gets over to Jack. Jack centers to Lyle, but gets just off the end of his stick as the Golden Knights turn it around. Now it's Bishop one-on-one. That's saved by Alex off the pads. They're down in the corner. Now Noah comes around the back, tries to get it out of our zone, but not quite. Golden Knights get it around the goal. Bishop's there to try to get it. is taken out there. As Chase finally is able to get it out, gets it over to Lyle, passes it up to Jack. Jack's given chase as the whole line changes. So it went back out to the blue line where Novak was able to get a shot off. Logan goes in and pinches, gets it to Mason, who gets it over, tries to get it over to Michael. Joe comes in, takes that away from the Golden Knights player, puts it around the back of the net. We got 3 of our players on one Golden Knight here, trying to get the puck out. Deflected off of the Golden Knight player. Now we're going through the neutral zone. Michael's bringing it in, gets it over to Mason. Mason loses it, but Novak's able to get it over. Joe goes to grab that. And now the Golden Knights are bringing it through the neutral zone. They're just able to stay on side. While Owen blocks out the Golden Knight player, gets it over to Joe. Joe's able to pull it through. Wyatt now has it. Shoots it back up into the Golden Knights' end, where Joe's able to hang on to it. Now Joe's got it behind the net, looking for somebody to pass to as the Golden Knights defender is there. Now Wyatt comes away with it, hits the side of the net. As he goes back down to try to get it back from the Golden Knights player. Owen gets it, turns and takes a shot just high of the goal. Now Ryan comes in, is able to get the puck down. Wyatt has it, then Ryan. Now Ryan's looking for somebody, there's nobody in front of the net. He passes it back to Owen. Owen takes a shot, it's deflected wide of the net. Gets over to Jack. Jack just can't keep it at the end of his stick. So it goes back into the neutral zone. Brett passes it up to Ryan. Gets taken over by one of the Golden Knights players. And the Golden Knights player gets it back down in our zone. They didn't call that offside, even though they were changing when it was brought over. Now Brett is working hard to try to get that. It goes around the back of our net, over to Owen McGregor. Owen's trying to get it up to Jack. The 2 of them are fighting there with the Golden Knight player, but Golden Knight player is able to come away with it. They center it, and that's saved by Alex. We're going for a full line change again. We've got Noah and Bishop on defense, Mason, Michael, and Chase as forwards. The Golden Knights take a shot, but it's deflected off a player. Now it's going down into the Golden Knights' end. Their defender is able to get it as Chase is given chase. Mason then brings it around. Gets it past the defender. And it's still loose. The puck is loose. Noah's coming in. Tries to get it across. Oh, as it comes back in our end, and now Bishop's on his own. We make a pad save, and Bishop's able to get it off, clear away from the goalie. Noah was trying to get the puck away. He's fighting down in the corner to try to get the puck. Gets away. Mason is still fighting for it now. And then the Golden Knights are able to push it back down into our end. And Chase gets it out into the neutral zone. Now the Golden Knights are bringing it back into our end. They take a shot, deflected high of the net. Now Bishop has it and has a couple defenders on there. There's 3 Perth players and 2 Golden Knights players there trying to get the puck loose. And now Chase has it. Then Mason tried to hit it off the boards and just got it a little bit too high, went into the bench of the Golden Knights. So we'll be facing off again in the Perth end. Logan and Oliver are back on with Wyatt, Owen, and Joe. So the Golden Knights come away with the puck, goes around behind the net. Logan's able to get it away. Now he's fighting off one of the Golden Knights players. Oh, he gets centered. Wow, that was an amazing save by Alex, just getting out there with his blocker. So the Golden Knights have it in the Perth end. It goes out to the point. They're still fighting for it. And it looks like a coach in the bench of the Golden Knights just got hit in the head with a puck. Wyatt was trying to hit it off the glass and just went into the bench, and the coach wasn't expecting it. Okay, so we're gonna face off now in the Perth end. Hey, it gets up to Ryan. Ryan hits it down the boards. It's still in the Perth end. They take a shot that goes wide of the net. All right, Ryan's able to get the puck and finally get it out of the zone. Tries to get it over to Jack. Jack dumps it in. Our defense goes for a change. Now the Golden Knights are bringing it up. They cross it over as they go for a change. Now Owen has it just behind the net. Passes it up to Jack. Jack centers it over to Lyle, but just gets off the end of his stick. So now the Golden Knights have it in their end. They pass it up to the center. Brett is able to push that back up as our forwards went for the change. Brett comes around to the back of the net, up to Michael, and the defender from Golden Knights push it back down into behind our net. Brett gets it up into the neutral zone as Mason gives chase. And we're offside right now, but comes back into our end. And Brett has it. He's looking for somebody to pass to. Gets it up to Joe. Joe over to Mason. Mason back over to Joe. Joe tries to backhand, but it gets deflected off the stick of the defender. So now Joe's looking for somebody to pass it to. Gets it over to Mason. Mason goes around one defender, around a second defender, gets it out into the center to Joe. Joe takes a shot and is saved by the goalie. Mason's taken out here now behind the goalie. So they're fighting along the boards, and Mason comes away with it. And that is the end of the second period. So that's 3-1 for Perth at the end of the second. off the third period with Wyatt, Joe, and Owen, with Noah and Bishop on defense. So we win the face-off. It gets back to Bishop. Bishop up to Joe. Joe's bringing it in. Goes around, looking for somebody to center. Gets it to Owen. Owen hits it just wide of the net. Wyatt's now coming around. Goes right in front of the goalie, but isn't able to get it in. Back out to Bishop. Bishop over to Noah. Noah takes a shot just wide of the net. Oh, and there's a backhand, so it went from Owen to Wyatt. Wyatt gets it in the net, so that's a goal by Wyatt with an assist by Owen Hull. That is 4-1 for Perth with 17 minutes and 25 seconds left in the third period. So again, we have another full line change. Logan and Oliver are on with Ryan, Lyle, and Jack. The Golden Knights come away with it. It's now down in our end. Oliver's trying to get it up the boards to Ryan. Ryan gets it over to Logan. Logan up to Jack. Jack centers it, but it gets to a Golden Knight player, but they send it back over to Jack. Jack dumps it in. Then it comes back out to Oliver. Oliver dumps it back in. Goes behind the net. Oliver's able to get it over to Ryan. Then to Lyle. Lyle takes a shot just wide of the net as he goes off for a change. The Golden Knights are trying to clear it, but we're giving them a bit of a hard time doing that. Logan takes a shot, again just to the right of the net. Chase comes in, is able to break up a pass for the Golden Knights. Logan takes a shot deflected off of a defender as Mason goes in and is fighting to try to get the puck behind the net as his stick gets stuck in the netting. And Kirk's able to keep it in, and Chase gets it down to Mason. Mason tries to center it and gets pushed off the puck. Mason gets it back. Tries to bring it around, but is stopped by a player, and then the Golden Knights send it down, ice it, and we're going to be going back to the Golden Knights' end for a face-off. We have another change with Wyatt, Joe, and Owen coming on, with Owen McGregor and Brett on defense. Wyatt's trying to get in there, but he's being held off. He gets it out to Brett. Brett takes a shot, is deflected, or blocked, I should say, by a player. Joe's able to get the puck back. He's able to get it down. Gets his own pass behind the net as two defenders come in. Then Owen is able to get it. Tries to backhand back in front of the net, but again, that is blocked. It gets out to the point. Owen McGregor tries to hit it in, but it just goes off. Now, Brett loses a stick. Now Owen is bringing it in. He just dumps it in a bit as Wyatt goes in, and Joe goes off for a change. So we're in the neutral zone fighting for the puck at this point as our team's trying to change. Brett gets knocked down. The Golden Knights now bring it across, and Owen McGregor is able to get that away. Now he's bringing the puck up, takes a shot, blocked by the goalie. The Golden Knights are able to get it out of their zone. And as they're bringing it in, Lyle's giving chase. Bishop goes down to try to get it. Now, the Golden Knights players going around. Owen knocks him off the puck, and then Lyle shoots it around, but not quite out of the zone. The Golden Knights player shoots it down. They try to take a shot, and it's deflected off the stick of Lyle. Now Noah's bringing it around behind zone, tries to shoot it up the middle, gets it out of the zone. It goes back around, is shot in by the Golden Knights to Noah. Noah shoots it around to Bishop. Bishop back to Noah. Noah's looking for somebody. He passes it up to Ryan. A bit too far as the forwards go off for a change. Now we have Mason, Chase, and Michael on as the puck goes around. Noah gets it, whips on that puck, but takes the defender that direction with him as well. Bishop comes around to get the puck, tries to get it up to Bishop, misses that as well. Chase tried to get it over to Mason. Oh, it's a couple shots. Now Michael has it up to Chase. It's knocked off of Chase's stick by a defender. Back into our end. Noah tries to hit it up, but it's again blocked by a defender. Now Mason has it. It's bringing it through the zone. Okay, so our defense have now changed. Now Logan is getting it up to Michael. Michael's bringing it over. Takes a big shot as Chase goes off for a change, and now we got Joe on. Michael's also going off. Now we have Owen in. Logan's able to keep it in our zone. Takes a shot just wide of the net as it now comes back down to our end. Wyatt was just coming on. Now Joe passes it over to Logan. Logan hits it up into the Golden Knights' end. Golden Knights big pass up to one of their players, and now Wyatt is fighting along the boards for the puck. Wyatt's able to get it up to Joe. And Joe pushes it up the boards. Has it now going around the back of the net as his stick gets taken away from him. Oh, no, sorry, he has his stick. The other player's stick got taken away. Now Owen has it. Owen's going around, trying to find somebody. Back out to Logan. Logan takes a shot, it's deflected off a skate. Logan pushes it back down into the corner as Owen Hull tries to get down there, but he gets knocked over. Now Lyle's in there. He's got two defenders on him as Owen goes off for a change. Ryan goes down to help. It gets crossed over, and then Logan's able to keep it in. Logan takes another shot. It's stopped by a Golden Knight. Then another shot was taken just wide of the net. Now Jack is fighting for it along the boards. It gets down to Lyle. Kirk's able to get it back to Lyle. Lyle from his feet gets down, and then the Golden Knights hit it down. It just deflected off of Oliver. Now they go off for the change. Logan gets it across, just past Ryan here. Gets back to Oliver, Oliver to Ryan. Ryan dumps it in as Mason's given chase. Then it gets back to Ryan. I think Ryan's trying to get off for a change. They're not able to change as it goes, the play goes right in front of our benches. So they took a shot, deflected off the stick of Alex, and out of play. Now we're going to the face-off in our end. The puck goes down into the corner. Owen's there, gets it up to Michael. Michael gets it off the boards, but it's hit back down. Goes all the way around. Brett now pushes it up to Chase. Chase gets it through the neutral zone as Mason tries to go give chase. Michael gets it from the boards and is now given chase in the other end as the Golden Knights pass the puck up. Now Brett has it. Brett spins around, tries to get it to Chase, gets it up to Michael. Or sorry, that's Mason. Mason over to Michael. Michael has it, takes a shot just high. And now Joe is on. Joe's giving chase and hits McKee up against the boards. Then Owen gets it back around to Brett. Brett's bringing it up. Brett tries to get it over to Michael, but I think it was just hit off of a stick. I think the stick actually broke. All right, the play comes back to the neutral zone. Brett gets it up to Owen Hall. Owen Hall brings it across. Tries to pass, but there wasn't anybody there. And it comes back down into our zone as Noah brings it around behind the net. Tries to get it up to Owen. Owen across to Joe. Goes just out of Joe's reach, but Joe's able to take it back from a defender. Now Wyatt dumps it in and goes for the change. So Owen's giving chase as Lyle and Ryan come on. Now Owen's going off to change to bring in Jack. And we have Logan and Oliver back on defense. As the puck gets hit up. And unfortunately, that was a goal for the Golden Knights. So it is 4-2 with 8 minutes and 1 second left in the third period. Honestly, it looked like Alex had that one. I'm not sure how it got in the net there. I think he thought he had saved it too. So now the Golden Knights are bringing it in. Alex has a pad save. We're fighting for it. Lyle gets it up to Ryan. Ryan shoots it over to Jack. Jack dumps it in as Lyle goes off for a change. And Brett and Owen come in on defense as the Golden Knights are bringing it into our end. Oh. The player goes around Brett but isn't able to get the shot on the goal. Now Brett has it. And Brett's bringing it up. Passes it up to Michael. Michael's bringing it in. Kind of loses it a bit in the center. And the Golden Knights take it over. Golden Knights dump it in as they go off on a change. Owen gets it behind the net. And tries to pass it across to Brett, but is blocked by the Golden Knight player. Golden Knight player takes a big shot. It's quite wide of the net. Mason makes a glove save and is able to get it around the side. So the Golden Knights are controlling the puck along the boards right now. Now Mason comes out with the puck, is bringing it up. Now it looks like he's going to bring it right in the zone. He's getting some trouble along the boards here. Now Owen wasn't able to quite get it out of the zone. And Brett was able to deflect that, but it looks like that one hurt a bit. As Owen is trying to bring it up. And we got lots of bodies here in front as Alex just wasn't able to quite reach the puck, and the other players, Noah was trying to get it out, and lots of bodies there, but we're able to keep the puck out of the net. Okay, so we're facing off in the Perth end with Bishop, Noah on defense, and Wyatt, Joe, and Owen as forward. It gets over to Noah, but Noah, it was right in his feet. He wasn't able to do anything with it. The Golden Knights take a shot, but it's deflected off of Bishop's stick and up. Joe's able to, Joe's fighting off three players here trying to get the puck. Goes back down into our end, and Bishop gets it over to Noah. Noah is trying to hold on to the puck and just isn't able to. Gets it over to Joe. Joe now brings it up. Owen's there waiting for the pass, but they're not quite able to get it there. Bishop's able to hold off the defender. The puck gets back up to Joe, but then the Golden Knights take it on again. All right, now Joe's bringing it up. Hits it off the boards, brings it into their end. He's pushed off the puck here, but is able to hang on to it. Passes it down to Wyatt. Wyatt's turning, looking for where he's going to pass it to. He's turning and turning. Passes it over to Ryan. Ryan had 3 defenders on him there. Jack goes up and tries to get the puck, and now the Golden Knights have it along the boards. Ryan's able to get it back. Hit off to the boards again by a Golden Knight player. They hit it around the boards. Logan's able to keep it in, gets it down almost to Lyle, but the Golden Knight player is able to control it. Back to Logan. Logan hits it in. Now Jack has it down behind the net. Oh, Lyle got hit right into the boards, and that is either going to be boarding or checking from behind. That is a boarding call. So we are going to the power play. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the period. So Perth will be going to a power play for the next 2 minutes. And the Golden Knights are able to clear the puck down into our end. Kirk hits it around the boards over to Logan. Logan up to Chase. Chase gets it out of the zone. And the Golden Knights player is able to get it back. Oliver hits it up, isn't able to get it out of the zone. Now Logan has it. Logan goes back around the boards over to Chase. Chase brings it up. He's looking for someone to pass it to. Passes it back to Oliver. Oliver up to Michael. It just goes off of Michael's stick, but Michael's able to get it, again, just hit a little bit toward the net there. Michael pushes the player down as he goes for the puck here. We aren't able to keep it in our end. It goes all the way down to the other end. Now Owen has it. Owen passes it up to Joe as the Golden Knights players are changing. They try to ice the puck again. It gets over to Brett. Brett goes over to Owen. Owen's looking for somebody to pass to. All the way over to Brett. Brett backhands it to Owen. Now Owen tries to get it through the center, but isn't quite able to get it to Wyatt. Brett gets it over to Owen. Owen centers it to Wyatt. Wyatt hits it down into the other end. The defender's trying to clear it, can't quite. So Wyatt has the puck. He tries to take the shot, but hits the side of the net. Now gets down to Joe. Back to Wyatt. Wyatt's down there behind the net. Tries to center it to Joe, but it's just deflected out of, and now we bring it back into the neutral zone as Owen passes it up to Owen Hall, and they all go off for the change. So Bishop has the puck in our end, passes it up to Mason. Mason's bringing it in, takes a shot just wide of the net, over to Jack. Okay, Noah's able to keep it just in the Golden Knight end of the neutral zone. It gets into Mason. Mason takes a shot wide of the net. Mason's working hard to keep this puck in our end, in the Golden Knight zone. He gets knocked over. Michael goes down as the Golden Knights bring the puck around. Noah shoots it back down around the back of the net. As Ryan goes off for a change and Joe comes back in. Oh, I think Noah's going to get a penalty here for tripping. It's either hooking. Sorry, it was a hooking call. So now we're going to be going to the penalty kill. We have 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the period, with Perth up 4-2. So we're starting the penalty kill with Wyatt and Joe, and then Oliver and Logan on defense. And the Golden Knights have pulled their goalie, so now it's a 6-on-4. Okay, they take a shot and saved, a pad save by Alex. And Wyatt gets it out of our zone, and then Joe has it with a wide open net. He's fighting for it along the boards. He's got like 4 players on him at this point, and they're going for him instead of the puck. It's got to be interference or something, but nothing's called. And we're able to get it back down into their end. So now Joe's off and Owen Hall is on. Logan's going. Takes a shot. Almost gets in there. Now Wyatt has it behind their net. It goes around behind. Now they're trying to get it up to center. And we're able to hold them off. That is 4-2 for Perth. And that is a 10-game win streak for Perth. And again, our next game on Tuesday, we are playing the West Carleton Crusaders in Kinburn. We are likely not going to be able to live stream that game. It'll be posted afterwards, and it will be available on Live Barn.